Season finale of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. We made it, okay? Thank you for sticking there with me. Let's start with Sierra and Spice. They meet up, have a conversation eventually, and I guess this is what friends do. Man, I don't have no friends like this. We shouting at each other in the streets and then we fix it over food. It's a bit of a mess, and I'm not sure I've ever heard of an album that basically sounds like a diss album where multiple different artists diss each other on the tracks. I don't know what Spice was thinking, and somebody would want to listen to all of this together, like on the same album. Okay, this track, this album, I guess. I went to see if there was an album complete. I can't find nothing still. Okay. Moving on to Kirk and Rashida. I'm still a bit shocked that this was their storyline for this season because, in that conversation that Kirk and Rashida had, Rashida said, this life that we've created together, I think that's really a fantasy part of her focus in what about the reality of what the life is that you all have created. But if she could take this man back after he had a whole child, what is this petty he said, she said? I mean, he didn't even cheat. So, I mean, before he had a whole baby, you accepted him. And maybe y'all wasn't great for a number of years, but it just seems really weird that they're so successful. They've been together for so long, and this was the storyline that decided to exist this season. I mean, I guess. I did make a point that Rashida is definitely right about forgiveness, and I agree you have to have forgiveness in relationship, but I encourage people to have a foundation of a healthy relationship and not one that's full of toxic communication, toxic patterns, people with unresolved trauma and mental health issues, like all of that stuff. Like, in a healthy relationship, there should not be any cheating. And if there is, there definitely should not be the result of a baby because of all the back and forth and the disconnect that could exist in a marriage. Common problems for couples to deal with surround sex, communication, money, and not all of this toxic relationship stuff. Like, Kirk just keeps embarrassing Rashida like left and right. Like, even outside of this situation with Jasmine, I just think he continues to put himself out there in a way that doesn't display him as a good husband. And I mean, these people have found each other. They found their person. I don't expect them to break up. I just would hope that nobody's watching this show and viewing their relationship as an example of what you can expect in marriage, because this is not healthy. Like, all of that drama and chaos should not exist in a marriage. It does in hers, but that is really not the baseline foundation of what marriage should look like. Yes, there are gonna be difficult times. Yes, you're gonna have to repeatedly forgive your partner, but it's typically gonna be for mistakes, not like conscious choices that people made over and over again. The next couple we see is Ashley and Zayn. And Zayn made the comment about her coming to TV with this conversation. Yes, Ashley agreed to this show to have this man be accountable for his responses to her. Like, it's less likely he's gonna avoid the conversation, remove himself, not give her real answers because there are so many cameras watching, so many eyes on them that will force him to be honest. Okay, she's embarrassed at the way the conversation with Michelle went, and now she wants to get her lick back. Girl, if this is your husband, right? The tit for tat, the do for do, the I hurt you, you hurt me, all of that should not exist in a healthy partnership. Okay, we've established that all these people are super toxic, but yeah, I would not encourage anyone to do or communicate with their husband in this way. We make decisions together as a unit. So I didn't know Ashley had a son from a previous relationship, or I don't know. I don't think she had an in-between baby. So his father, so she wants her son to spend time with his father. I don't think she really wants that, right? But she's unsure about the status of their marriage and if things are gonna last. And if they don't, she'll have to move and enroll him in a different school, yada, 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 right? Things moms think about. When you think about that, you express your concern to your husband. You don't just come at a showcase when he's about to perform and say, this is what's gonna happen. And I talked to my son's father and this is what, like, girl, it's so disrespectful. but Ashley has shown herself to be disrespectful. And this is one of the examples that I talk about here on my channel all the time, about what toxic relationships look like in real life. Like, often people only see what the man is doing. He's lying, he had a baby on her, but you don't get to see what the woman does. This like insidious kind of passive aggressive communication style that Ashley has, like, no, calm down, you don't get to talk to me like that, just all of that, and actually usurping some of his power and control by informing him, y'all are a unit, but informing him that you've made this decision without him and you can't do anything about it. Like, all of that is such toxic behavior. It does not lead to people actually feeling connected or having solutions in the future when there are other difficulties. It just undermines the trust in the relationship, and without trust, what do you have? This is why Ashley is like this on the entire show. She doesn't even trust this man, and maybe he felt like he could, you know, rein her in or assuage her in other ways by, you know, making songs and giving her champagne or whatever. But we see Yandy and Mendices sit down in the backstage because, you know, the season finale, they want to show us this Cypher that they've been talking about all season, the diss album, all the things. And she brings out jewelry because she wants him to wear a ring. You know, in her one-on-one interview, she was talking about, I'm not sure how it was gonna go, if he's thinking I'm like trying to be controlling or trying to have the power. And I could definitely see it going that way. Him being okay with her, I mean, because he was in prison for so long and she has to make so many decisions on her own, you can see the feminine masculine energy play out in their relationship and clash, right? Often clash. Sitting a man down to flex on him with all of this jewelry, I'm doing this for you, I'm doing this for us, and it's very much, if we think of stereotypical, a man sitting down his woman to say, get whatever you want, baby, get whatever you want. It's not a man-woman thing, it's an energy thing. And one of those examples of Yandy being in her masculine. And I keep wondering why they didn't give us more about what he means by respect. What is he talking about? He didn't find it disrespectful that she is bringing in this guy with all of this jewelry to make him pick right now. That's not disrespectful. You're gonna go along with it because it feels good to get new jewelry. I don't know. I just feel like they're not on the same page about what they want their relationship to look like. I think Yandy is often in the masculine, and so it can be confusing when she does something like this, which is very masculine. Bringing out jewelry for my day? No, I'm not, no. Very masculine, but okay if you're partnered with a naturally feminine man, which Mendices is not. I think which is why they constantly have problems. But if this is okay, she's gonna wonder, if I make another decision by myself, because she didn't tell him about this, that should be okay too. And I think that's where his perception of disrespect comes in, because she makes a lot of decisions without him. Okay, I guess we just get to see all the different versions of toxic relationship on this show. Really great examples about what you don't want your relationship to be like. We get to the showcase. Rallo performs. They said he was just out of prison. Maybe that's why I've never heard of him. You know, all of the people just very energetic and all of that stuff was definitely giving, the camera is coming around, make some noise is what I was getting from it. I feel like if I was physically there, I would not be impressed. I would be like, why is this taking so long? Y'all just out here in a half moon circle. Okay. She said what? What she said? I just feel like it wouldn't be that entertaining. Maybe until they got to the part where the last diss song was played and then Scrappy got upset and it just felt like, oh, they're just spilling everybody's business out there, and ooh, what did she say about that? And oh, he's mad, or oh, she's messing with who? That would probably be entertaining if you were out there in person, I guess. Because I don't know, between all the cursing, I'm just like, what did they even say? What was even said? I don't know what they were talking about. I know somebody was dissing somebody. There's like 3 diss tracks on the Cypher, on the whatever diss album it is. So Scrappy, I was trying to figure out, like, what did he say? Why was Scrappy so upset? And I think it's the background, like him having the background information that he's not gonna be in business with Chaotic anymore, and knowing that Chaotic helped Sierra write this song and his name is in it, right? And he's being talked about in a negative way. And maybe it being piled on with like realizing he's being used by Amy, Bambi right out in public with strangers, rapping this song about him and throwing him under the bus. And then now you also have Sierra adding him to it because she's mad at Amy. I guess that's why he was upset. He definitely was not trying to just talk. He was expressing all of his pent-up frustration in the direction of chaotic. They're supposed to be friends. Maybe they'll have a conversation. It does feel like the season wrapped with a lot of loose ends. So we don't get to see them reconcile. I'd be curious to know like what that conversation would be like and who would take accountability for what, and if Scrappy would say out his mouth that he dropped the ball, because I feel like Scrappy doesn't take responsibility for like his role in messing things up. I did write that she kind of did her best, right? I would have liked to see the behind stage, her walking up to, like, how did she psych herself up to get on stage when she was so nervous and ready to run out? You know, she was doing like the two-step, you know, she looked so uncomfortable, but she did it. So that was, she did it. And then they ended with the confrontation between Jasmine and her friend coming to the defense of the side chick of Mendices. So in real world, right? In real world, side chicks have shame, right? Like in the real world, you don't just show up at your boyfriend's wife's event bold and proud, right? In real life, if you are cheating with a man who's married, you're not like broadcasting that to the world, right? I think we live in a different time. Okay, but the girl that allegedly is messing with Mendices does not want to come out to the public. I don't know why she would. Not everyone is sinister like Jasmine. Jasmine seems so messy. And women who act like this, I often think there is no way you can actually genuinely be happy. Because why would you stir up so much? I wouldn't care. What does it have to do with me? All this man did, all Mendices did, was come to the bar and order a drink, and you turn it into this whole something, which makes me then question, did Kirk really allude to, I don't know, what did Kirk really say? Because then she wouldn't take that back. Like, what was it really something, or were you making it more than it is? Because you definitely made getting, or Mendices ordering a drink and you getting it more than it is. And it don't sound like she owned it. I don't know, I was trying to give her more. It don't sound like she owned the strip club, whatever. She's just a bar girl. Girl, please stop. Please stop. I liked when Mendices says, I was there for the liquor, not the girls. But he was stuttering a lot, okay? He was. I don't know if he's a stutterer, right? Is he like hard with words? Because do I think Mendices has been cheating on Yandy? Yes. Yes. Do I think it's necessary for friends of the side chick to come and bring it to the show? No. What is the purpose of that? To expose? Like, to give that information? Like, girl, please. I don't know. So it just was so inappropriate. Again, Yandy stepping in front of Mendices to protect him. Very masculine energy. Girl, but this might just be the New York in her. And I think maybe New York girls have a little bit more masculine energy than others because New York is a cutthroat place. Girl, I'm not standing in front of no man to protect him from what? Words? From eyes? Girl, I'm not doing that. I'm a damsel in distress. There's no way I'm doing that. But I did like that he was giving the same energy. Like, if one of these girls touch you, I'm gonna lose it, right? And so I did make a point to write, like, y'all feel united, right? But it's not like real. If you can't be united in love and respect and trust, united against the opposition is not the same thing, right? You all, right, how they say the enemy of my enemy is my friend? Y'all are not enemies, but there is no solid foundation in your marriage for you all to be a unit. Not really a unit. You're just getting together to protect against this one information here. I don't think they're on the same page. I don't think they're gonna break up. Mendices might do this or that around the waist, but he probably got permission. He probably got permission. Or if he doesn't, he knows his woman is not going to leave him. So, because women know. Women 100% know, maybe not 100, 85% know when their partner is cheating on them. It's a feeling. You don't even need no real evidence. You know when your man is being unfaithful. So no, I don't expect them to break up. Be ride or die with whoever you want to be ride or die with. If this is the life you want, go ahead. I do think you can create a life where your partner is just as invested in showing up as a unified front as you, where you don't have to go out of your way to convince him of the importance of wearing his ring or to protect him from outside rumors and opinions. You just know that y'all are good. And there's nothing to explain to anybody else. But go off. The little wind down summary, looking ahead to the future thing that they did was not interesting to me. I zoned out. I was like, nothing's happening. Nothing has happened. This is just, it feels more like a pause point than a cute, roundup summary of the season. But that was Love and Hip Hop. I don't think it was a bad season. It's just that I feel like these people come back year after year with such little growth. Like everybody's just doing the same thing with different people, or in the case of Yandy and Rashida, with the same people. They're just doing the same thing with the same people or similar people. I'm glad it's done though. I will be reviewing Married to Medicine, so look out for that when they come out at the end of November. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you for watching.